You can't give what you don't have. When you are talking about integrity, you are really talking about the real person, who that person is.
When you talk of integrity, you talk of honesty. To be honest. And to be honest means to be trustworthy, to be truthful. And politics is science and art of government.
Politics is about the people.
Yes.
And if you talk about it in a deeper sense, it has to do with how people take decision on how to lead themselves.
Hello viewers, you're welcome to another episode of your favorite program, Christians in Politics. On today's episode, we shall be discussing Biafra agitation and the unity of Nigeria. And to discuss this with me in the studio is Venerable J.O. Unuaya JP, Director, Civic and Political Affairs, Church of Nigeria, and the Chaplain to the National Assembly. And also here with me is Sir Victor Ndu, Deputy Director, Civic and Political Affairs, Diocese on the Niger. I am Olabi Ogunshe Genti. Sir, as an elder and a politician from the eastern Nigeria, why do you think that the indigenous people of Biafra, also known as Hypo, what do you think that they are agitating for at this time?
They are agitating for a state of Biafra. They want a state for the Igbo man.
So what, and
they
why
want a nation for the Igbo man?
Why do you think they need a nation when we already have one nation, Nigeria?
As an individual, I don't think we need
another nation.
Another nation.
Okay.
But because of lopsidedness in appointments and political development affairs of this country, it whips up the sentiments. Let's go. Let us go. That's all.
So if something can come out of it in terms of, you know, the appointments, I mean, Igbo people getting more appointments or, you know, being given a better
not only appointments and positions.
Okay.
Infrastructure in Igbo land is nothing to write home about. Look at the Enugu-Onitsha Express Road. Look at the Enugu-Port Harcourt Express Road. You can't, this rainy season, you can't pass them. How can a people in a nation? How do you think? So, and others, we can't talk only about the lopsidedness in appointments. This present government forgot the Igbo man. That I don't know what they think about the Igbo man. But let me tell you, the Igbo man loves this country more than any other race in this country, any other tribe or race. Why? It is only Igbo man that you see in every village in this country. Developing that village, not to talk of states.
Now,
why treat these people that bring development? Why treat them the way government treats them? So why keep them as second-class citizens when they developed the nation?
So now, do you think creating another country will solve this problem when you know that the Igbo man goes around all other parts of the country? Now, when the Igbo man creates his own country, what benefit would it be to the Igbo people?
No, my brother, if I may come in here, he has already declared his stand that he doesn't really believe that creating another country is the solution. Another nation is the solution to the problem. That what he feels is that is causing all this agitation is because of these lopsided appointments, you know, neglecting that very region and all that. I think to that extent, I think he has already, you know, declared his stand.
His own stand. But I am talking about the agitation of this particular group now, because, you know, from his own stand, I know that personally, you know, he may not, you know, directly support, and he thought that, okay, these agitations are tending towards, you know, the unfairness that has been meted out to the Igbo people, but this particular group are so serious about their agitation for a Biafra state. They believe, you know, they are in a kind of self-determination drive for a nation. And, you know, from what, you know, he has also, you know, equally said about the Igbos, you know, being able to move around and develop other parts of the country, you know, in business, in trade, in commerce. And, you know, by them now trying to agitate for a nation, this is sending out a signal that, okay, these people want to be on their own.
I feel what they are doing, the IPOB is doing, is a means to an end. It's a means to an end, not an end in itself, if you understand what I mean. They are trying to press a point. I believe even the members of IPOB know that creating an Igbo country or nation or republic is something that is really not possible. Something that they have made the attempt in the past and it failed. But I believe that it's a means to an end. They are trying to make a point. They are trying to use this medium to to press government to, you know, look at their side.
And do you think that
I don't think that it's not possible.
Okay.
I don't think it's not possible.
Okay.
that is not possible
to have a state of Biafra.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Now,
but
that is the point I was driving at.
Like I said before, if Nigeria if they become fair to the Igbos, there's nothing like unity. The unity of this country is better for all of us. Unity of this country is better for all of us.
Okay, now do you think that these IPOB, you know, activities at this moment, do you think is really an Igbo agenda, or an agenda of some, you know, miscreants, you know, that have been hijacked by some political leaders just to, you know, perpetuate, you know, evil or violence?
You cannot say it's not an Igbo agenda. You cannot say it's an Igbo agenda. You cannot say it's not an Igbo agenda. You cannot say that this thing is being perpetrated by miscreants. You don't say that. They have gone far. They have tentacles. Miscreants can have such tentacles. What they have done, they've developed a radio that is transmitting all over the world. Why call them a miscreant? Why don't you call them in a roundtable conference? What's the problem? Let's discuss. Let's share our common wealth together, equal. Why not? Well, let's develop together. Why develop one section and leave the other? Why give appointment to this region and leave the other?
So after all these, you know, all the civil war experience, do you think what IPOB is doing is really beneficial now?
You see, they said that it is peaceful agitation. They've not been. Yes.
It has not really been peaceful. There has been, you know, there has been.
I don't think there is
violence.
I don't know. I cannot.
You know, from the reports in the, you know, in the news, you know, we've had.
Maybe if they're doing their peaceful demonstration and they are attacked, does it turn it to be violent? Does it make them to be violent?
Okay, so if
you are doing demonstration and some people comes and attack you, does it turn to being a
violent demonstration?
So what do you think about that? Considering that, you know, Nigeria has gone through the civil war in the past, and, you know, this present agitation, you know, for the nation of, you know, Biafra.
Well, we are all post civil war products. I am a post-civil war product because of my age. I always say I'm a lucky man. I came into Nigeria when the Civil War was just ending. So God knows why it should be so. But for the people who witnessed the Civil War, they will tell you it's not an experience that should be repeated again. And before the 2015 general election, what God showed to me, a setting of a scenario of a war that engulfed this very country, and how I found myself, inside, and the experience I had even in the dream. I will not pray that I should have that experience in the daytime. It's something that you can at least imagine, and something that is undesirable.
Like a war kind of situation? Yeah,
what I'm saying is that war is not a good thing. It's not something one should pray for. And I think Nigeria should do everything to ensure that it's not allowed to repeat itself again. There's no nation that have ever had civil war that will tell you that, oh, it was a very good experience. It's a bad experience. By the way, what is happening even to the Igbo man, I've been trying to interact with some key Igbo people, especially in the political arena. They will tell you, some have told me specifically that it's like Nigeria have not yet forgiven the Igbo man for ever agitating and making an attempt to break out of the country.
Now, why do the Igbos, have this thought? Why do they have this mindset that, there is some kind of, unforgiveness in the heart of the remaining of Nigerians towards them, or there's some kind of, animosity, so to say, because, they went to war with Nigeria? Why?
About key 12 appointments, kitchen administrative appointments were made by this present government. There was no Igbo man. How best can one explain that? How can I say you love me when you can't give me the share of a cake? You divide a cake, you don't give me any. Do you love me? It's love. Sharing is not part of love.
But this what is happening currently, over the years.
It has happened over the years.
I don't think all the governments
the Igbos have not been treated fairly in this country. I must tell you. Let me tell you. In 1999, 1998, the PDP was formed by an Igbo man. He was denied the PDP ticket. Is it not because he's an Igbo man? Is it not because Kwame is an Igbo man that he was denied the PDP ticket? The party he formed, he started from G34, from metamorphosed into a political party during the convention. Somebody was brought from somewhere, given the party ticket.
So these are bottled up.
No, but how can you explain that? Can you explain that to a people? So when you say it's not something that since after the war, Nigerians have not forgiven the Igbos. But I pray that they do. Because you can't imagine the type of individual development that has come to Igbo people since after the war. Individual, but collectively. Like, there are infrastructures that government must provide.
Now talking about that, where do you think the Igbos are behind in politics?
Where they are behind?
Yes.
The Igbos are behind in so many areas. You go to ministries, because that's where politics begins. Politics begins in ministries, in appointments. How many Igbos are directors in ministries? How many Igbos are deputy directors? How many Igbos are permanent secretaries?
Although we don't have the statistics for that now, but I understand that, like directors, deputy directors, they are based on quota system, and I believe there should be. I don't know. I do not have statistics.
You don't.
Or facts and figures.
So let's not discuss that. You don't have the statistics. Let's not discuss that. You don't have the statistics.
But what you are saying is that there are not enough.
Yes.
Igbos in those positions.
They are not enough. The Igbos are not enough in those positions.
So which other area of the politics do you think, they are, lagging behind right now?
If I may come in here, as I said, I'm a post-Civil War product in this country. That does not make me a young man. At least I have gray hair now. Yes. And I'm beginning to wonder the way things are going, whether I would be lucky to be alive to witness the presidency of an Igbo man over Nigeria.
Okay.
I'm not an Igbo man, but from the way things are going, I'm beginning to wonder, will there ever actually be an Igbo president in my time? So you see, now, until we go back to justice and fair play, there will be no peace. I was in a national program, well, it was this one, not international program organized by UFOC Dialogue, and they were talking about peace and love. Peace, love, and tolerance is what they are preaching. It's a Muslim body from Turkey, and they are preaching peace, love, and tolerance all over the world because they are not happy to see the damages all these Islamic extremists are doing to the whole world. So in the process, that program brought all the top security personnel in the country, top religious leaders, head of churches, imams, and so many people. And everyone was talking about love, tolerance, love, tolerance, love. So at the end of the day, no person talked about justice. I have to tell them, look, listen to me. If you are talking about love and tolerance and you sweep justice under the carpet, you are just wasting the time. Justice naturally will make people to live together in love, where there is justice and fair play. So there should be justice and fair play in this country. That is my own take. There should be justice, and I think that is what is making some of these groups to emerge from one corner. See, if you suppress IPOP today, if you suppress MASOP, if you suppress MEND, and you suppress the Avengers, I tell you, other groups will emerge tomorrow.
Definitely.
Now,
so justice and fair play.
We're talking about fair play now.
Yes.
And there is a particular issue that has been, there over the time. People don't talk about it. Why is it that Nigeria has not been able to produce an Igbo president over the years? We've even produced Niger Delta president of recent, which are categorized as being minority.
Did you produce Niger Delta president really? Hold on.
No, Nigeria.
Niger Delta president was a child of circumstance.
It was a baby of circumstance.
Call it a baby of circumstance. Call it an accidental
discharge in our political arena.
In our political arena.
There was threat that he will not have peace. He didn't have peace.
But the fact is a fact, and the figures are there that Nigeria has produced.
See, when I'm talking about justice and fair play, these things should not be. No, hold on. These things should not be accidental. These things should not be by stroke of luck, good luck.
Good luck.
Now, that man was good luck, and the good luck really worked for him. Now, I don't want to go into the story of his emergence, which is known to every person. Are you telling me we are going to also wait till when one good luck chance we come to the Igbo man before?
So he becomes
president? No, that is not.
That's why I'm throwing that question, that what is stopping us from having an Igbo president?
In the zoning of presidency and all that, in all these major political parties.
It's parties.
Have you ever had the zone president to
the southeast?
Why do they think that the presidency of Igbo should always end in National Assembly, and they will not even have peace throughout the period? So we have my own concern, my brother. Nigerians are not fair we are not fair to ourselves. Politically, we should be fair to ourselves. if we want peace, if we want unity in this country, let's try to be our brother's keeper. Let's try to be fair. There are fine Igbo gentlemen in this country who can pilot the affairs. In fact, one of the persons that fought for independence was an Igbo man. So are you telling me there are no likes of Azikiwe today again in Igbo land that can also pilot the affairs of this country? Let me tell you, there's an adage in my area that if you don't give goat opportunity to dance, you won't know that goat can also dance.
Let me just cut in there. There has been, there has been some people had said in some quarter that the problem with the emergence of an Igbo president is that most Igbo politicians have not been able to come together and form a formidable front and present a candidate.
Which people has come together to form a formidable front?
Well, they not,
among the
they
six
not,
political
they
zones.
not have come. Even
don't you have don't you have agitations? Don't you have this
you do, but,
one party or the other in the north?
But at the end of the day, they come out, they present their candidates.
Yes,
and
I think here, because the truth must be spoken too.
The Igbo politicians have questions to answer.
The truth must be spoken. Because I'm happy this gentleman with us in the studio is an Igbo politician. The Igbo men, as far as we, the non-Igbos, are trying to say that the country should be fair to the Igbo man, the Igbo men should be fair to themselves too. They should be able to put their house in order. I personally observed something. You know, when they even give Chief Itasi title, I notice they will say Chief so one. The other one, Chief so one. No number two. Every Igbo man want to be one. Then during Jonathan's administration, there was a particular state that was dividing his state into pieces. I call it them autonomous community. And such things irritates people like us. When you begin to divide your community into pieces and you are calling them autonomous community, you are working against the unity of that community. You are working against the unity of the state. And when everyone want to be a chief so one, he is chief so one, then you are chief so one. Every person want to be number one. There will be problem. The Igbo man need to be able. See, if you are not careful, other section of the country will exploit your weakness. I'm giving this general counsel to the Igbo man. I'm not a politician, but I'm a political watcher by the vantage position I hold. I occupy in the Church of Nigeria by the grace of God. I can tell you I'm interacting with politicians from different sectors of this country and others. So Igbo people need to, politicians in particular, need to put their house in order and need to be able to present a common front. And another problem I discovered that majority of them are having is this money mentality. You see, now, it will be a delusion for you to believe. Just 1 minute, because you are an Igbo politician, you can also tell this one to your brothers. It will be a delusion for you to believe that there are no part of the country who have been able to present a common front. The North do it very well. If they want the presidency, they can decide to go beyond party lines or party dividing lines and make sure that somebody, they rally around an individual that will be able to represent them. So don't be surprised that even the emergence of the present president, that some people must have voted across party lines to ensure that
the emergence is not only from the north, the southwest, and we need the Igbo alone cannot make themselves president of Nigeria.
We know that, yeah.
But they need to speak with one voice. There's need to speak with one voice first. Then you will have others coming behind you.
Rome was not built in a day.
Okay.
For you to destroy is very easy. The Civil War destroyed the Igbo man. The Igbo man went apart. But I believe God is gathering themselves together. By the time they gather themselves together, they can't make themselves president of Nigeria if we remain one.
What is
we need other geopolitical zones
to support
the Igbo man. We need their support.
Definitely.
We are asking them to support the Igbo man. The Igbo man cannot make himself president, themselves president.
But they want you to put your house in order together, so that they will know that, okay, when they see you as being formidable, definitely if you stand your ground that, okay, it is time for the Igbos to be represented in the Committee of Nations.
Formidable. In the last time, in last presidential election, no serious Igbo man came out to contest the presidency of Nigeria. That's to tell you that Igbos are coming together. We need the support of other geopolitical zones. Last presidential election, no serious Igbo man came out to contest for the presidency. The last election was the first in recent times you see no serious Igbo man contesting the presidency. That gives you a message. But we need other geopolitical zones. Let them support the Igbo man. Let them support us.
Politics is strategy. You need to play your party politics very well, and align very well with other regions too. There are ways these things are being done, and I believe that probably with time, the Igbos will be able to play a very good politics, which will place them at a point where other regions too, like you said, that Rome was not built in a day. Other regions will be able to support them. Now, what are your advice for Igbo politicians?
My advice not only to Igbo politicians.
Okay.
My advice to especially the present government is to go and implement in 2014 Constitutional Conference.
Okay, the report.
The report. They should go and implement them. What will bring justice and peace in this country is implementation of that report.
Just that one advice? That's all you want?
No.
For them to do, just to implement it?
If they implement it, it will bring a lot of... Now, in a country that you call themselves one,
okay,
for you to get civil service appointment, you will fill a form. You will see religion, tribe. What are these things doing there? Why do they want to know your religion and your tribe before you're employed into the civil service? Why can't they look for the best? They look at your CV, what you can do, no matter where you can. America's strength is they derive it from diversity. The strength of America came from their diversity. Nobody asks you where you are coming from. Though I have my own issue with America, they have offended God, my owners.
It's all right. That's generalization. I don't think it's all Americans, but it's something that we can talk about.
Yes,
a few people who,
let us help ourselves to be one. Mm-hmm. These things should be removed from our documents. Tribe, religion, before you get employment, they should be removed. And through federalism, which Zeke fought for. Zeke was fighting for one Nigeria, wherever you stay in Nigeria, you act as your home. That is the only thing that will bring peace in Nigeria, if we remain one.
Mm. Well,
my advice to Igbo politicians is we should come together and work as a group. We talk. We should not forget that unity and unity helps a people. People that are scattered cannot achieve political purpose, cannot achieve any political purpose. So we are getting together, we'll get to there, we are working towards that, and we'll get to that place. But we need, if we remain one country, we need other geopolitical zones to support the Igbo man, to be the president of Nigeria. That is when the Igbo man will be assured that you have forgotten and forgiven the civil war.
I think we need to take a break at this junction. We will be back.
Where the herdsmen are killing people, It's another war already. It has degenerated to a civil war. And the country is not safe. People cannot go to farm. People cannot go to market. Women are afraid. Men are afraid. So please, let us appeal to the authorities to help us, to save us. Because if this thing continues unattended to, then the country is finished. The major responsibility of government, elected government, is security of the people. And at the present situation, Nigeria is not safe. You can't go to farm, you can't go anywhere, and they kill with impunity. The government ought to intervene. It is the duty of government to strategize and find solution to this thing. Because if they don't do so, then they will kill everybody. And that there will be no Nigeria tomorrow. So why the government is looking into other areas of need, this is a very urgent area of need, so that the ordinary woman in the village, the ordinary man in the village, the ordinary travelers can have safety on the road, safety on the farm, safety in their community. Nigerian government must look into this.
Welcome back. We have been talking about the agitations by IPOB and the unity of Nigeria. The way the government is going about suppressing the IPOB, you know, arresting the leader and the protests, suppressing the, you know, peaceful protest, do you think this is the best way to go about it?
No, sir, cannot be the best. Government should dialogue, call them together, and they know the problems. Why are you agitating? Why do you want to go on your own way? And then this issue will be tabled on the table, and everybody, solutions will come. I've told you the infrastructure decay in the southeast. So that this major part of these agitations. You forgot us. Let's go on our own.
Sir, what should the government do? What are the steps that the government can take for them to resolve these particular agitations?
And maybe let me take off from the last question thrown to my brother. The way we go about trying to handle some of these issues, I don't think is the best. We are in a democratic setting where people should be given all the latitude on earth to express their own opinion. When people engage, when people
I'm
engage,
sorry for cutting you short. The government is seeing this as a secessionist agitation, so I think that's why the government is not taking it lightly.
Listen, you can't. You see, that's why I keep referring to the fact that we are no longer in the Stone Age. We are all educated. We are all educated. If you think you can force educated person to continue to be your houseboy, and is complaining that I'm not comfortable, that is your roof, oh, the way you are treating me is not good, oh, and you say, keep quiet, don't talk, stay here. So it will not work. It may work today, but it's a time bomb for tomorrow. It's a time bomb for tomorrow. We should allow people to express their opinion. There's what they call psychic window in psychology. You see, when you continue to store up things, anger, tension will continue to build up. So psychic window is that window given to you to vent your anger so that you don't explode into pieces. So that is what protest represents. So what we should advocate for is peaceful protest. If any person say he want to protest, let the person follow the due process, take the due clearance from the police, provide security, let the police escort them, let the road safety be there to ensure that there's no traffic jam in the town, and all that. Let people, by the time somebody carry placard and a trek for 1, 2, 3 to 4 kilometers, the anger would have come down. When he gets back to the evening and he's tired, he's fagged out, he will tell himself, I think I've done a good job today. And somebody must listen to me. You understand? But when you say, no, don't come out. That placard you are writing, better tear it or I will shoot you. If you continue to do that to an educated man, you are postponing the doomsday. So room should be given to people in a democratic setting to express their grievances, and consciously the country should attend to these grievances. That's what my brother means when he keep talking about let's table the matters. Ask these people, why are you agitating? Put it on the table. And by the way, in any protest, you can easily see the reason for agitation because most of them are inscribed into the cardboard papers. Yeah. Pick these things, look at them, analyze them. Have we really handled these issues well as a nation? What makes a young man or a middle-aged man or a graduate to come out and be trekking, sweating from morning till evening? You think that he does not believe in that cause? He believes in it too. So if you don't respond to it, yeah, you think you can just use God to scatter. Tear gas is not the solution to some of these problems. That's why I continue to say that if these things are not dealt well with, even if you quell this, another group will come up tomorrow. They might only change name, but it will still be the same agenda. So that is the first point I want to make concerning the way they handle this matter. Of recent, we had them talking about is it carrot and stick solution approach. It should always be the best way. And for me, the carrot angle of it should even be the best. Then it is when you have put the carrot on the table and the people still don't want, and it becomes absolutely necessary before you can now begin to think about the use of force. It's like the Boko Haram, they who don't even have any ground for agitation. Those are just mad elements that came from nowhere. One have deprived them of anything. They don't have what they are agitating for. They just want to force their crude religion on every other civilized human being and take people back to the Stone Age. But even at that, they immediately, we didn't clamp on them and just stop them the way we are doing to some of these groups, to IPOP, to wanted to do to MED and all that. We were treating them and say they are brothers. We are co-Nigerians. We should treat them fairly. That was a mistake. No, that is where we are talking about justice. If you think that it's supposed to be the best approach.
Initially, that's how you treat them. If some people begins agitation, because if a group begins agitation, first thing you
depending on the manner of the agitation,
no matter how they started,
even if it's an armed agitation like the Boko Haram,
call it. What's your problem? Why are you using arm on your brothers and sisters?
You called people that are carrying arms to kill their brothers and sisters to dialogue.
At a time that every group brought they were initially. We thought they are interested for discussions, and government were ready to discuss with them. But because it's a useless, they don't have agenda. They're agitating for nothing, only to kill and maim. They don't have any agenda. That's the problem we have with them. They're agitating for nothing. They're agitating for nothing, as far as some of us are concerned.
Now, if I come back to your question of what the country should do.
Yeah.
When an Igbo man invited me and I followed him to Abia State to go and pray with the entire family, I really pitied this part of the country in terms of the road network. When we had clergy conference in Nsukka some years ago, I passed through the Benin I was in Benin area then. I passed through that axis, through Onitsha, there connect Usuka. My brother, it got to a point when I was praying that my motor should get there, you know, and not break down along the road. The roads are death traps. During this rainy season, you need to see what the road people are passing through. You need to see what people are spending to maintain their car. I hope you know that all this mud that you see motor swimming inside, once a vehicle passes through it and it enters into all the hubs and what they call, by the time it dries up, those hubs and these things are gone. So people are really suffering, and in that part of the country, especially in the area of road network, road maintenance and infrastructure, the government need to look into it seriously, because that is one thing, one item that every person can easily notice, that affects every person, both the rich and the poor and the indigent. It affects every person easily. So the government need to focus attention on that, especially in Igbo land. And again, talking about what government should do in the area of appointments, the government should always consider the Igbos for good appointments. You know, even in government, they will tell you there are juicy portfolios, yes, and there are ordinary portfolios that people do. Appointments. Yes, so and even among the ministers, now when you appoint ministers, there are some people that look like you can easily call ministers without portfolio, really. Yes, and there are ministers among ministers. So when you are doing this thing, also consider people from this region. It supports the principle of fairness, equity, and justice, which I will continue to emphasize. If we want peace, if we don't want agitation, people should be treated fairly. Then, if you notice, when I visited Unewi, because I'm not just talking on the air, I've had this privilege to visit some areas. When I visited Unewi, as a layman, I discovered that Unewi is supposed to be the Japan or the Taiwan or the China of this very country. Why can't a nation that is talking about diversification and all that think of what to do to engage these people in constructive business that will benefit not only just the region but also the other part, entire nation? There are so much knowledge in the hands of these people. If this nation, the leadership of this nation, can focus on the Igbo man, I tell you, economically will be one of the world powers controlling the world, because there's a lot I've discovered in an Igbo man in the area of driving the economy, enterprise, and all that the government need to consciously tap into. So there are a lot we can do in this area. Then when you talk about education also, I also discovered that there's need to promote education in Igbo land also. And yes, there's need to promote education. Government should do it consciously. That they are enterprising in nature should not make a young man that is not yet well educated to just go into business, and without education, part of that person's life is gone forever. So we need to consciously promote education among the Igbos too, the way it is being done in the far north, in the northeast, and all other parts of the country today, because
less developed.
Yeah, they are also educationally disadvantaged. So we need to work on that. Then another problem I see there that is so glaring, this ecological problem that is so devastating. There are so many places in Igbo land today where the people cannot sleep well because of erosion. It's ravaging many of Igbo communities, and there's ecological fund. Let this thing be properly deployed.
You have really mentioned
to help these people. You see, it's the way you treat people that we make. Now, let me tell you, my son Ephraim will never want me to die. Do you know why? Because everything he needs, I always give it to him. He sees, he's happy to have me as his father.
Yes.
He knows his life, even though it depends on God, also depends on me to a great extent.
Yes.
And so he will do everything to make me survive.
Yes.
So if you treat these people well,
Igbos are wealthy.
yeah, they will be the one to. They will even be the one to say, look, no one should talk about Biafra because disintegration. Because when we were alone, as for that period, we tried to be on our own. We didn't see what we gave from it. It's better for us to be in a bigger nation. I think the problem is leadership. Leadership. I believe that most of the leaders of Nigeria are not leading this country with genuine passion for unity, genuine passion for excellence and all that. If they have that, I think we can go far as a country, and all this unnecessary quarrel will not be there.
Yes, talking about leadership. Now, do you have advice? Is there any other mode than that the leaders of the IPOB can use, you know, to channel their agitation to the government, instead of, you know, asking, you know, for like a nation now? Is there any other manner in which they can carry this, you know, agitation to the government?
I don't think. Maybe you have you seen or interacted with any of the IPOB members? They are convinced in their mind that this country doesn't want them. You need to bring them closer, provide these infrastructures Venerable have enumerated, and then they can say, okay,
and they can have a change of
them,
you know, mind, and see that this is.
Yes. Remember, majority of those of them that are on the street are less educated. So they may have educated ones who are doing all these develop other things, but majority of them on the street
are not educated, well
educated.
Okay, so the consensus here is that the government should, you know, attend to the needs of the Igbos,
exactly,
their aspirations, development, infrastructure, their education.
Of course, yeah, because let me tell you, the truth is the Nigerian nation needs the Igbo man more than Igbo man. Truth must be said. The Nigerian nation needs the Igbo man more than the Igbo man needs the Nigeria. And that is the truth.
We all need ourselves.
We need ourselves. No, but it's true. It is true. The development Igbo man brings in any city, allow Igbo man in a city, 10 years, the city will not be a city. Look at Abuja we are in. 80% of hotels in Abuja, beautiful buildings in Abuja are owned by Igbo man. Go to Lagos. Factories you see in Lagos, Igbo man. Anywhere, just allow the Igbo man to come into your place, that place will be developed.
So that's very good. That is a testimony that the Igbos are thriving.
Yes, no. They are thriving to build the nation that the nations are pushing them. We don't want you. And see, they're coming. Go to Lagos. All the markets in Lagos, 70% developed markets are manned by Igbo people. Even now that there's Boko Haram, if you go to Meduguri, you will still see Igbo people doing what they know best to do, trade. They are also in education. They are everywhere. Just give them
encouragement.
Just encourage them.
Thank you very much, sir. Venerable, can we have your last word on this IPOB agitation and the unity of Nigeria? What is your final advice regarding this particular issue?
First of all, my advice principally goes to the government, because you cannot tell somebody there's no advice you really give to somebody who tell you that he's in trouble, is not happy where he is, that will make sense to him. The only advice maybe you can give to IPOB members is please be patient, and please don't make your agitation become violent.
Thank you, sir.
Take proper. No, I've
Okay.
not. Take proper clearance before you go on the street, so that there will be police coverage, and there will be done. And in an attempt to protest, please, in a democratic setting, it's criminal for you to begin to damage people's vehicles and houses and all that. Then for government, I think the key to the solution is really in the hand of government. Let there be justice and fairness in this country. Justice, justice, and justice is the panacea to all these problems in Nigeria. I think that is what I will advise the government. Justice and fair play.
Saundu, what is your final word?
My
for
final
IPOB and for Nigeria government.
My final word, like IPOB has said that there are no violence. They should remain non-violence in their agitations. Like Venerable said, they should do everything through the ambits of the law. And then to the government, like Venerable said, there's what this musician who said, everyone is crying for peace, crying for peace. None is crying for justice. Justice is only way for peace.
Thank you, Saundu. Thank you, Venerable. And that is all we'll be having on this episode of Christians in Politics. I'm Labi Ogunshe Genti.